Well, hello there. My name is Kyle, and welcome to my channel. And I'm going to attempt to show you how to work on my bike here. I got a few things in mind I got to work on today. I want to change the front sprocket, and I got to change the back wheel. I've got to change the rear brake pedal because it's got a little crack in it. And what else? Just clean up the back swing arm and stuff. There's a bunch of stuff I gotta do. Probably won't cover it all in this video, but I wanted to take you with me and show you how it's done here, or how I do it. I'm not a trained professional by any means, and I'm not licensed Suzuki mechanic at all, so I'll do my best to run you through the basics and stuff. But here's the bike here anyways, and this is my 2007 V-Strom 1000, and I picked this up used. It had quite a few kilometers. It was like 55,000 kilometers or something on it, but it was well maintained, and it just needed a few things. Like, I had to change the front tire, and I want to change the back tire now because it's getting a little worn out. I mean, it still has tread on it, but it's worn flat here in the middle. I don't like that, so it's time to change it. And I want to change the front sprocket. I want to go down a tooth. I think currently it has a 17 tooth front sprocket. I'm going to go to a 16 tooth. Change the gear ratio a little bit. This thing's really tall geared. It's I can barely get out of fourth gear on it, just riding around, here into town and stuff, and on the highway. Like, I might get into fifth gear on the highway. Like, it's got a 6-speed transmission. I never get into sixth gear, and I don't even know what you'd want to use such tall gearing for, but whatever. But yeah, so here's my bike. I got it all set up here. I'm all set up. I got my tools out, and I got some lighting set up so I can see better. It's a real rainy, dark day today. I'm set up on my back porch. I usually do work down there in the backyard on my cement pad, but today not so much. It's kind of rainy out, and it's ugly. But yeah, I don't want to mount a GPS thing here for the GPS up on the dash. I don't know if you can see. Got rail right up in here. That's one of the projects I want to do, and I got a wire power for it. Yeah, there's a few little things I want to do with this bike, but now it's time to do it. It's January 7th, 2023, so nowhere near riding season yet. So now's the time to do all this stuff to your bike if you want to get things ready for the spring and the riding season ahead. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. I'm going to start by taking off. I just want to loosen the front sprocket while I still have the back wheel attached, because I'm gonna use my impact gun right here to spin off the big nut. But I'm going to do that. I need the back wheel and the chain hooked up to do that, because I need something to hold it. I'm not going to do it while it's in gear. I'm going to use my impact gun on it, and I don't want it to be slamming against the gear, the transmission inside there. It's not good for it. So I'll show you how I do that, and then I gotta move on to get this back wheel off, and yeah, undo the nut back here, and it's pretty basic stuff. A lot of you riders out there have all been through all this stuff. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here or anything, but for somebody new that's getting into riding and wants to do some of their own maintenance, this might help them see how it's done. And it's not that hard. It's pretty basic stuff, really. And yeah, let's get to it. I'm going to put you on my forehead here. I don't have a camera man or person, woman, to help me out here, so I'm just going to put you on my forehead, and hopefully that'll give you a good view of what I'm doing. And and we can work away here. All right, here we go. Let's try that again. This is a one take deal here, guys. I've shot a couple videos before trying to, you know, clean up my shop and stuff and do some tests, and what I've discovered is shooting videos and editing is really hard. It's a sharp learning curve. Okay, so first thing I want to do is take that little cover off that's holding the or covering the front sprocket. So my intuition tells me it's gonna be hold on, this one here, and I'll get it along like this here. Oh yeah, that's right, first things first. I was gonna put my gloves on. It's good to wear gloves when you're working with this stuff, just to keep this oil and crap off your skin. You know, I'm not a scientist or anything, but I don't think oil is good for your skin. You don't want it getting into your system. I don't know what the effects are long term. Something tells me you don't want it in your system. First thing I like to do is go around and kind of spray everywhere that I'm going to be working on, just to help loosen up stuff. And mostly I'm going to be in here. A lot of this won't get in, but I like to go around and just kind of give everything a quick little spray. Now I'll wipe all this off after. This one here, I'm going to be taking this off. Let's get in here. This will help get these loose. I'm gonna slack off the chain there, and then this I'm gonna have to use. So I'm gonna adjust this out so the brake is on, and then that way I can spin off my front sprocket. I'll show you that in a bit. Okay. I'm sure there's more, but that should do for now. Take this with me, take this. Alright guys, girls, let's get to it. If you can, get yourself one of these. Super handy. Yeah, highly recommended. Okay, so we got to take this cover off, and which means we got to take this off. This would be the slave cylinder for the clutch. Little thing, squirt the juice in, it pushes a mechanism and releases the clutch. And we should be okay just to back these off and put it off to the side. Keep it out of the way. I think it's going to be this one. Yep. I like to loosen these off just a little bit first before I go all the way. I think it's just the two. This one. Could be more. I've never done this before, so I'm not like, I'm just sort of figuring that out as I go along. What else is there holding that on? It's just stiff. Huh. That's weird. There might be one not hiding in there. Let's take this off. See if I can get some slack out of that. There's a little cord wire running down to the kickstand sensor that's covering us up. It might be holding us back here. There we go. So that's the slave cylinder. I'll probably clean that off a bit before I put it back on. It's got some road grime from the chain and winging up from the road here. So I'll put that over there. We don't have to do any more to that. So here's the push rod. So that thing pushes this against the clutch and opens the clutch. Oh yeah, there's some dirt in there. She's dirty. That's alright, we'll get to that in a bit. Okay. Next I'll take off this little sensor. Pop that out of there. Same thing, we'll put this up here and get it out of the way. Something like that. Okay. Oh, wrong one. That's not what I wanted. This one. Usually I play a little bit of music while I'm doing this, but I can't now because of copyright stuff, so I'll just have to talk to you while I'm doing it. And while you're taking these things off, kind of keep a mental note of what goes what. It's usually pretty easy to tell when you put it back on. I'll show you how I do that. It's I usually fit them through the casing and just sort of plan out where it goes what and what goes where. And oh, there's one up here too. And this should come off now. There we go. So I'll clean that up. It's just gonna get dirty again, but I'll clean it up. That's a piece of plastic. It's really light. Okay. This will come off with a slightly bigger Allen key. Okay, so most likely this might just turn while I'm cranking on it here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so we gotta go and block the back tire now. Need some way of putting pressure on here. What if I cut a stick from here to there? That might work. Grab a stick. Alright, plan B. I'm just going to cut a stick and put it in there. Say about 14 inches. brakes on. That's what I was trying to do, folks. Sorry about that. I thought I was gonna make the length here longer and that was somehow gonna keep the brake on, but it was just going lower and lower and lower and lower, and this isn't long enough. It just wasn't working out the way I wanted it to. I don't have a helper here, I just get someone to stand on it, right? So there, that won't move now. Oh yeah, there we go. That was on there pretty tight. Okay. I'll get into this now. There we go. Doesn't fit it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll have to go buy a bigger socket. That's what I do. Oh, it fits. Would you believe that? Look at that, it fits. All right, we're in business. All right. Maximum torque. Yeah, hopefully, so this should just come off. Look at that. I highly recommend buying one of those too, if you haven't already. Not a problem. Okay, so that's what I wanted to achieve thus far. I wanted to just get this loose, because there's no way of getting that off without the chain involved with the back wheel and locking the back wheel. So I'll just put this sort of back on hand tight for now. Put this right there. Okay. And then we'll move along to the back wheel. So I'm going to pick up these little bits before I lose them. This one too. Put them in here. Alright. So now I gotta loosen the chain off. And first thing I want to do is just back these slack adjusters off while the wheel is tight, because I don't know, it just makes more sense to do it while this is still tight. Sizes are 13. These are usually like a 12 lock nut and a 10. Turn this all the way in. There's a faster way to do this one. I can't really get my fingers in there. But see, this isn't all moving around. Like if I had to undid that bolt, the big axle nut, this would start to move forward on you, and you're just fighting it. That oil, I can tell that I sprayed on there is helping a bit, because it's nice and loose. That's all the way home. Go to the other side. Take my kneeling pad. These are a lifesaver, having a kneeling pad. Okay. I'll back this off, and then the next thing I'm going to do Just take off this big nut. And I'll probably take the brake off again because we don't need it. On there, and this whole back wheel should slide out. Okay, that's backed off. Take this brake jammer apparatus off, and I need a little needle nose pliers. Take this cotter pin out, and then we'll back that nut off, and the wheel will come right out. Hey, these are great little tools. I use this all the time. Little bend in the needle nose. It's good. Probably think I'm gonna need this socket and this. Oh, I hope you can see. There's not very good light in here. Maybe it'll show up better on the video. And I just bend the wings or whatever, the little part on this cotter pin. And this is to help keep this nut from backing off, so it doesn't, your whole axle doesn't come apart while you're driving down the road, which is not going to be a good thing. So yeah, you want to make sure these go back. They say put in a new cotter pin every time, which is good advice. This is what I'm going to do. There. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the old cotter pin. I'll get a new one for that. There. So there's the back wheel, or back axle nut loose. Okay, so most likely you're going to have to, well actually, oh look at that, it slid right over. Nice. It's not going to be, shouldn't be too hard to get this off now. So I'll take that right out and push it some more. Oh yeah, she's greased up in there pretty good. Whoever put this wheel on did a good job. They greased the axle bolt and it's coming out like butter. So you want to remember the orientation of these parts here. Like this has like a flat edge to it, and this one's flat, but it also goes, it's like chamfered, so that goes towards the back. I'll have to keep a mental note of that. And you got a spacer here, and you got this brake bracket as a spacer here, but theoretically this should just come right out. No. Oh yeah, here we go, we're in business. Let's take the chain off first though. There we go. Take the chain off. Pull this out. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Piece of cake. Did I speak too soon? There we go. Piece of cake. Voila. Back tire removed. Sometimes these come out, right? You got your rubber drive bumpers right here. You don't need to really take those out. You got your wheel bearing in here. It feels pretty good. And you got a spacer, another wheel bearing right here. Oh, feels pretty good. Yeah. I think this bike came with wheel bearings and seals. I'll look in my little box of parts, and I might change on those. It doesn't really feel like they need it though, but maybe not. We'll see. So that's that, and I think I'm gonna end the video here, and we'll make a part 2 of this while I'm changing the tire, and gonna change this sprocket, and so I can take this off now, and we'll put on our Another sprocket, new sprocket. This, probably just go like this, eh? Get this right out of here. There she is. This actually looks like an aftermarket sprocket. So what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, that's the stock size. I'm gonna go to a 16. And I should see a little lower gearing, and which will give it a little more power feel, but won't be so long-legged at the top end, which it's crazy. Like when I'm going down the highway, I'm doing like say 90 kilometers an hour, and I bump it into 6th gear. It's like barely idling along. Like I can barely, and it's like it's lugging it, and it doesn't feel right. And it's just way too tall a gear. So I'm trying to get out of that and make it. And I mean, it runs. Other than that, it runs fine. It just doesn't seem right to have a 6th gear that's useless. You know, there's no, you can't even. I mean, I hardly get into 5th gear, a little long 6. And so I figure step down the gearing a little bit, might get a little more power out of it, which it's got tons of power already. I don't really need to go any faster. This is a great bike for power, a lot of fun. I highly recommend if you're looking at getting an adventure bike. These V-Strom 1000s are actually fairly affordable. You can get one fully loaded for not that much money. Like, you know, I paid a little over 4,000 bucks, and this thing came super loaded. It's got the side bags, it's got the crash bars, it's got all kinds of gizmos on it. It's pretty good value for dollar here. Just got to fix a few little things, but I like doing that. But I think that wraps it up today, guys, and hopefully you'll join me when I go to change the back tire and do a few more things. And I plan on making some more videos on doing some other stuff on this bike and other bikes, and you know, stuff like that. So anyways, bye for now. Cheers.